feel like we need like intro music.
We do. We should put intro music on next time.
Because there's always like a little bit of a delay from when we hit start to when it actually starts. So we're just kind of like, we're just gonna bebop along here for a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Yes, happy Friday.
Yes. And we are starting an hour later than originally planned. We wanted to make sure that Cassie didn't get stuck in traffic. So thank you for your flexibility. Sorry about that, guys.
And I literally walked in the door like 20 minutes ago. So
perfect. Okay, excellent. Well, what is March? Happy March.
It's March.
Woo. I'm going to pull up my book list, even though that's not really that useful. And you'll find out why here in a minute. Cassie, how many books did you read this month?
I read 9 books this month. So
that's a pretty good month.
Yeah, it was a good month. It felt weird because it was so short of a month that I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Shouldn't I be able to get like another book or 2 in? It was like, nope, you can't. Like, this is what you get.
Yeah, I was hoping to get one more in, and I had that same thought. I was like, man, if I just had a couple more days, but I forget that February is the short month, so.
Yeah, I could have got, one more and made it a nice even number, but it's fine.
That's fine. 9 is good.
9 is still good, yeah. Not complaining.
Especially with all the craziness you've been doing. Are they all audiobooks?
Surprisingly, no. 3 of them are not audiobooks.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's give me the recap of what your board looks like, and then we'll talk about what you read.
Okay, so here is my board.
Look at you go!
So, yeah, I'm currently reading this Squarespace. The book for this one. The Go. But, yeah, and I need to put the titles in for all of these, but the rest of them I wrote the titles for them.
I think it's super ironic that, and we've talked about this before, so Cassie likes to read multiple books at once. Coralie does not. But I do still end up reading multiple books sometimes. Like, I've gotten to the point where I can read a physical book, an audiobook, a nonfiction book, and a devotional. I struggle when I have like a work read, and I usually end up like not reading anything else except the devotional and the work read when that happens. But it's really funny to me that you've decided to make like your own internal rule for this challenge, that you're going to finish the book that you're on for the challenge and then move on. So you might be having non-challenge reads that you're reading alongside one of your spaces. And I've kind of done the opposite, where I'm like, when I finish that one, that square will be good. Let's go ahead and see what the next one will be. It feels so inverted.
I mean, to be fair, though, I have rolled ahead. So, like, after my Go Square, I know what I'm reading after that.
Yeah, so I think we both decided early on, hey, Lucy.
Hey, Lucy.
We both decided early on that, because I tried this at first where I rolled and I was like, I'm going to read the book and then I'm going to roll again. And then I realized I actually need a little bit of time to think about how I want to fulfill the prompt. Mm-hmm. So I did go ahead and roll for whatever my next read, so I can be thinking about it while I'm finishing this read. But because of the rolls that I have gotten so far, things have kind of overlapped in a little bit of a funny way. Welcome. Let me pull it over here.
Well, I think too, like, also, like, two and also the same word, whatever. I also think, like, I had the trouble of, like, oh, this book would be perfect for the prompt, but there's a wait at the library to read this book. And so then I had to wait, and, like, it just was frustrating. So it's like, if I roll ahead, or the other thing too was, like, I'm also trying to make reels of my rolls. I've made 4 of them. I just haven't posted any of them, except I think the first one. But so, like, I've been so busy that I'm like, I have to roll when I can film it, and that might be while I'm still reading. So I might actually film 2 rolls ahead of where I'm reading,
just so that
so that it's ready. And as soon as I finish the book, I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to start the next one, and I know what the next one is.
I am. Like, hold on, I didn't mark where my piece was sitting, but I didn't move my dice, so I'm good. Okay. Like, hold on, where's I know where I am now. It took me a second. Okay, so mine's a little bit harder to see because I haven't colored in like the whole square. I just colored in like the top.
Yeah, that's a little hard to see.
And then it's really hard to see, where is it? It's really hard to see the red on the car.
Oh, you did the free parking space. I forgot about that.
And then I've got this one, my little yellow one. And then where I just landed was my first community chest card, but I haven't colored it in yet. Because I haven't pictured the read for it yet, but I did get my first community chest card. So let me explain
that chest card.
Okay, so the community chest cards are different than the chance cards, and thematically I made them different too, which is fun. The community ones are a little bit more like community themed versus the chance ones are a little bit more randomized. So
I'll have a whole thing to talk about with that community chest one.
Okay, we'll get there. So my first one I landed on was fantasy, and it's Of Dawn and Embers, which I'm still reading. I literally have like 80 pages left. I'm so close to finishing.
Oh, you gotta finish.
But I was like, I should go ahead and roll and see what the next square is going to be. And then I binge listened to an audiobook, which ended up being my free parking space. So I was like, okay, well, let's see what the next one is, even though I'm still reading Dawn and Embers. And after that, I landed on a nonfiction square, which is a book about a person. And we'll talk a little bit about this here in a second. But like, I'm doing a Joshua Bible study. And I was like, that's about a person. That's a 2-week study. So it's not like I can just read the book and be done with it. So I was like, well, I guess I got to roll again, even though I'm still finishing up Dawn and Embers. Because like, I'm going to put the Joshua there, but it's going to take me a few weeks to get through it at the pace that like my group is going through. So then I landed on my community chest square, and that's the one that I haven't decided what to read yet. So that's it's weird. Like, that's not normal for me. And I just think it's funny how we kind of inverted our board like rules a little bit there.
Yeah.
So anyways, okay. Cassie's gonna tell us what she read. If you guys want to tell us what you read, what was your favorite read of the month or something like that in the chat. We'll see. Are you good?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, why?
Your microphone is being really weird, and then it got really quiet.
Oh. I don't know. Is it fine now?
It's still quiet, but it's better than it was. It's not like you were rubbing something against the microphone.
Oh, I had my little Monopoly sheet on my laptop keyboard, so maybe that's the problem, and I shouldn't do that.
That's probably it. Okay, tell us what you read.
Okay, so first book I read was called Rocky Road by Becky Wade. It's the second book in the series because I did read them out of order. It's fine. Everything's fine. No problems. Really good book though. I loved it. Not my favorite of that series though.
Okay.
I will say. But I did really enjoy it. And then I read another one that we're not going to talk about because I thought it was closed door. It was not. It was probably the most explicit thing I've ever read in my life. And that was a mistake. So we will not talk about it.
I hate when you go into it thinking it is something that it isn't.
Yeah. Well, because I was listening to the audiobook, which also made it 10 times worse than But I thought it was closed door, so I was like, okay, any second now, we're fading to black and it's gonna be fine. And then it just kept getting worse. And I was like, this isn't fading. So let me just skip ahead a little bit. Skipped ahead to a not great part. I was like, whoa, skip the chapter, we're done.
Cassie, bless your heart. Were you in public?
No, I was at home.
Okay. Thankfully, because I feel like I would have died on the spot.
I was at home. I don't remember what I was doing, but I might have been like doing dishes or something, which also then made it hard because like then I got to dry my hands to like push on my phone, right? So I was like, okay, any second now it's gonna be fine, and then it wasn't fine. So we're just don't read that book. We won't talk about it. I enjoyed it otherwise, but
other than that, and again, like to reiterate, I know that particular book you went into it thinking that it was clean, because of the author, and it turns out, oops, never mind. So like, that's always
everything that I had told me was clean, but I was a little weary because there were a lot of F-bombs in it, and so I was like, okay, it's fine, but it was not. So now anytime I have read another book that had a couple F-bombs in it, I was like, this is supposed to be clean too. Is it not going to be clean? I'm like, F-bombs isn't the determinator of whether it'll be clean or not, but it just like...
It's an indicator.
It does kind of indicate some things, so...
Ooh, okay. All right, so what else did you read?
All right, so then the next one I read was, I actually have this, and I always say it wrong, Daughter of the Pirate King.
Backstory, we affectionately call this one Pirate of the Daughter King. And that's Cassie's fault.
Mixed up the words of the order of them for this title. So yes, and this one.
Oh, that's the cover that I was telling you about. That makes it look like a middle grade book.
It does look like.
Fun fact, guys, it's not a middle grade book. Just so you know.
It's not. No, but this filled my C book for utility.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
So that was that one, and then the book after it, I read By Your Side by Casey West, which I don't have, but I really enjoyed it, and that fulfilled this square book set in your country.
Oh, okay, I like it.
So that was good. And then after that, I read How to Write Short Stories and Use Them to Further Your Writing Career by James Scott Bell, which I don't own, but
I do own, but I loaned it to my sister.
So we don't have a book to show you, but it's
imagine a bright green cover with bright yellow words and
yeah,
the title. There you go.
That's all it is. Nothing special. Yeah, that was the first physical book I read for the month. Fun fact. The next one I read was A Ruse of Shadows by Sherry Thomas, which also is not super clean, by the way. There was no like explicit scene, but there were a lot of other things that were very close that really shouldn't have been in there. And I was about to just DNF that book, to be honest. It's a gender-bent Sherlock Holmes, and I've read all the other ones. I may not continue in the series. But anyways, it fills the square. This one, for books that outside your country.
How did you get those 3 in a row? Is this like your second time around the board or something?
Nope. Hold on. We'll get there in a second.
Okay. I'm like, what did you do?
Well, okay. So technically, then I read that book, right? And then the next square, I rolled a 2, boom. I rolled another 2, boom. Chance card says go back 3 spaces. I go back to this one.
Right.
So that's how I got those 3 in a row.
Got it.
And then that the community chest card said to go to the library and have the librarian pick a book. And this was a whole ordeal. We went all over the library. We picked out a whole bunch of books. I looked at some of them. I took 2 of them home. I almost took 4 of them home, but I was like, nah, I don't feel like carrying all these. So I took 2 of them home. And I got home and I looked at one and I was like, this one looks pretty demonic. And so I looked it up. I was like, yep, that one's demonic. Okay, we're not reading that one. Oops. And then I started the other one that was like an 18-hour audiobook. If that gives you any indications, like this thick.
Whoa.
Started reading that one. And it got a little weird too. And I was like, I don't like this.
You need to go to the children's librarian.
Well, okay, so I walked in and I picked a librarian. I was like, I need a book recommendation. And she was like, what do you like? And I told her. And she was like, I'm going to find somebody else to help you. And I was like, okay, I mean, what do you like to read? Because maybe that will be perfect. And I had like given her my parameters of like no smut, no like spiritual weirdness, like all the things. She was like, I read smutty romance. I was like, okay, another librarian sounds real great. Thank you.
Appreciate you for being aware.
Yeah, I'm trying to be nice, but also like I won't read your recommendations. Thank you. But it turns out this other girl was not super great at recommendations either. But she isn't Christian, so she probably doesn't understand the spiritual weirdness aspect, which is where the second book came into play. But I remember her telling me there was a book she thought I would really love, but they didn't have it because it was checked out. Called Divine Rivals. So I read Divine Rivals.
Oh, okay.
One here. That was really, really good.
Okay, good.
Really enjoyed that one.
So pro tip, if you do get to the point where you have to like go ask a librarian or a friend for a recommendation or whatever, like it's totally, you don't have to ask them for blank recommendations. You can say, hey, I would like something that is historical fiction, or I would like something that is clean romance, or like you're allowed to give them parameters. I know that's a conversation. We had somebody ask about that. And so you guys, please don't read something you're not comfortable with. Like, I mean, and
Yeah.
I think there are books that make us uncomfortable in good ways, right? That challenge us and grow us. But there are also books that like are outside of our comfort zone in terms of content. This is not us advocating for that. This is just to hopefully try to get you to try something that you wouldn't otherwise have thought of, that somebody else might recommend. So if you need to go to like a children's librarian and get a middle grade recommendation, do that. Or, you know, just do what you need to do. If you need to not read something they recommend, it like we can find ways around that. So please don't let that like crush your soul in this challenge.
Yeah. All right, 2 more books that I read. They're physical. I read the physical copies of them because I read both of these while working elections. Now the second one I finished after that, but so I read Room to Breathe by Cassie West.
On your Casey. Oh my gosh, those are the little fortune teller square thingies.
Mm-hmm.
Like those in middle school.
Yeah. And the way it plays into the story was really cute. I enjoyed this one. It was very angsty. But it was good. It's her most recent YA release.
Okay.
So it's brand new. I would love to have her sign it. If I could. And then the last one I read for the month is Falling Like Leaves by Misty Wilson.
Oh, I like that cover.
This is the one with the swearing in it that I was like, okay, is this actually clean? It was. It was fine. But look at the sides.
Oh, that's cute. So which one was your favorite of the month?
I would have to say, oh gosh, this is hard.
Mine's easy.
Well, you only. Oh, I can't say it. Which is the reason yours is easy. Okay. Oh, I don't know. I'm debating between these two, but also Divine Rivals, because Divine Rivals was so good.
Okay.
So good.
Lift them up. Let me see the titles. I gotta write them down for the email. Room to Breathe, and what's the other one? Falling Like Leaves?
Falling Like Leaves.
Okay, cool. What about a yearly possible favorite?
What did I say last month was my favorite?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
It's in the email.
I think I said Sapphire Blue, if I had to remember.
You might have.
Honestly, I think Divine Rivals beats that out.
Okay. That's what I like seeing is something this month, like, beat out whatever last month
But
was.
that one was so good, too. I finally got the audiobook for the third one, and I need to do that, but...
Catherine put a great note. She says, if you're uncomfortable asking a librarian for a recommendation, a lot of libraries also have staff picks in their displays.
That's smart.
Or on their websites. So you can definitely, I mean, hopefully you can have the courage to go talk to a librarian. But if you end up in a situation like Cassie, where you're like, these 2 books, just, I can't do those, then like, it's okay. It's okay to go find something else, like what Catherine's saying. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, Lucy mentioned that her sister landed on the community chest card and she pulled the recommended book by a friend. So she's going to recommend one to you, but you can't read it yet because he's still finishing the one you're on. I like that.
That's fair. Yeah.
That's fun. Okay. What was something that was challenging this month, and what was something that was delightful or surprising?
Delightful was Divine Rivals.
Okay.
I had seen some other people that liked it, and I was like, I didn't really know much about it, but I'd seen the book around. Like, if I show you the cover, Coralie, like you'd probably recognize it.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up because I'm pretty sure you would recognize it.
I don't know if I have seen that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen it around a lot. It's been on my TBR for a hot minute. So, yeah, it's been on my TBR for a hot minute, and I was really excited to read it. So then when she had recommended that, I was like, oh, that sounds good. I'll read it. But I was just surprised how much I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also didn't really know what to expect. I had just put it on my TBR because it was popular and everyone liked it. So I was like, this must be a good one. I'll put it on my list for someday to look into. Like, I hadn't even, like, actually looked into it. But I was like, okay, it seems like time is now. We're gonna check this one out and read it. And it was really good. It was very, like, it was World War II-esque. And
Okay.
it felt very historical fiction, even though it was fantasy. It was not, they were not fighting World War II at all. It was a made-up war, because it's a made-up world.
Right.
But it's just, yeah. But it was different, and it was just, yeah, it was really good. And it reminded me of, I don't think I can say this. It might spoil it. Never mind.
Okay. No spoilers.
But there's magical letters, we'll say, like writing letters to people, like magical-esque of that.
Okay. What about something that was difficult or challenging?
The challenging was getting a recommendation from a librarian that I could actually read. That was a challenge, because she, like, kept going, and she would, like, pull out a book and was like, oh, what about this one? And then she'd be like, oh, I haven't read it in a long time. Maybe not that one, because I can't remember. Or she'd be like, oh, this one, has this kind of character, blah, blah, blah. We love that. And I was like, I don't love that. Thank you.
You're missing the memo here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Well, that was just a challenge.
Yes. I think you ended up with a particular section of librarians that were not on the same page as you.
She's very nice,
which is okay.
We did not have the same values.
They did their best to meet the challenge.
They did.
Unlike Cassie, I did not read 9 books this month. I read 2.
Hey,
I can only talk about
than you have.
Because one of them was a work read that I had an edit for. But I should be able to talk about it later on this year, just not now. The other one that I read, so my month was a little bit interesting. I've been reading Dawn and Embers slowly, but like I've also been consumed with work things. I also had some health issues this month that like kind of knocked all of my goals off kilter. I didn't really get anything done this month that I planned because I spent a lot of time trying to rest and recover and going back and forth to the doctor. Hey, Lucy, 1 book is better than 0 books, okay?
Yes,
that's what I'm going
with. Coralie, same.
Yes, I'm proud of you for reading your 1 book. But anyway, so I ended up that impacted kind of the reading situation, and I didn't really get time to sit down and read of Dawn and Amber, so it kind of sat like on my shelf unread for a little bit. And now I'm like getting back into the normal routines, and so I've started reading it again, and I'm almost done with it. But I did end up binging an audiobook in the middle of the month. I literally binged it in 1 day. So it was funny because it sounds like, oh, you read a book this month. It's like, no, I spent a day reading a book this month. But it was called Rapunzel's Gambit by Mary Meekum. I don't have it. I don't own it. But it's a kind of an inverted...
Oh, I've never read one of her books. But I've always
this is the second one of hers I've read, and I enjoyed it a lot. The last year I read the Midnight Blizzard, which was the winter Cinderella story that I loved.
Yeah.
But she has Rapunzel's Gambit audiobook is free on her YouTube channel, so I listened to it. Did not mean to listen to it all in 1 day, but that's what happened. So that was the 1 book that I read. The other part of the month that was a little bit weird is I have, again, guys, I don't like reading multiple books at once. Somehow I have gotten myself into the situation where I'm doing not 1, not 2, but 3 Bible studies right now. At once.
Welcome to the club. So am I.
So I did actually read through the month of February. I read 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, and Esther. So I read and one other, I think. Maybe I think Luke was January. But so I read 4 books of the Bible from start to... Oh, and Joshua. That was the other one. did I say, I didn't say, I read Joshua. So I read 5 of them start to finish in February. So I did a lot of Bible reading this month, a little bit of work reading, and then not a lot of fiction reading. So anyways, that's kind of how my month went. So my favorite book of the month is Rapunzel's Gambit. Yay!
Yay!
I feel a little bit bad because it was a good book, and that makes it sound like it's the only choice I had. It is the only choice I had, but it was also.
You could pick your workbook even though you're not allowed to say what it is, but
I feel like that's unfair because I can't talk about it. So yeah. Anyways, so Mary Meekum's Rapunzel's Gambit would be the favorite of the month. I don't know that it would be my favorite of the year. I think last month I picked. I don't remember what I picked. Oh, I picked Wish. I think Wish would beat out Rapunzel's Gambit. It's very different. It's middle grade contemporary versus fantasy fairy tale story. But I do think I would still pick Wish over Rapunzel's Gambit for the potential yearly read. So we'll see. So that was all the challenges, all of the different challenges. Something that was delightful was this is a little weird, but the narrator for Rapunzel's Gambit I've heard read other books before. So it was kind of delightful to make that connection and be like, oh, I know this narrator and I like this narrator. So that was kind of fun. It was a bit of a surprise.
Cool. Yeah. I didn't know she had audiobooks.
She does, and she's got several of them for free on her YouTube channel. The only one I've listened to is Rapunzel's Gambit because I want to read her Peter Pan series that she has because it looks really good. But the audiobook that's free on her YouTube channel for that series is not book 1.
Okay.
So I didn't want to start with that one because I have the ebook of book 1. I just haven't had time to sit down and read physical books. So.
I don't know that I have any of hers, to be honest.
Well, Rapunzel's Gambit you would really enjoy, I think.
Yeah, see, my library doesn't have any of her books.
You should listen to that audiobook on her YouTube channel. It's Rapunzel with dragons. Sassy Rapunzel with dragons.
Okay, we love
it's right up your alley.
Yes.
The 2 books that I've read, she does banter really well, and so I like the banter. Let's see. Castles and Dice says, my challenge was finding a genre I don't normally read. I like that challenge personally. But I like...
I read that comment and I was like, wait, what am I going to pick for that?
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet, so...
I haven't either.
We'll see.
But I started thinking ahead because, that's how my brain works.
I'll put her name in the chat. Mary Meekum.
Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm. That's how she says it, and it's her name, so I'm going with that.
Okay.
She also has a really funny sense of humor in her social media posts, so it's really fun. She's I can see why her books are sassy because she's pretty sassy.
She is pretty sassy,
which I enjoy.
I like it.
Okay, that's all we have. Other than next month is April. April is the month of so many things. Easter is early this year, so
I heard it's on the 5th or something. 4th or 5th.
It is the first Sunday of April. Yeah, so happy Easter early, guys, because we won't see you till after Easter. And Easter's coming up. April is going to be our first Zoom chat of the year. So for those of you who have been with us, you know how this works. For those of you who are new, we do 3 Zoom chats throughout the year. They are not recorded. There's no replays. Either you can show up or you can't. It's not required for the challenge or anything. It's just a time where we can see you guys. Sometimes people turn on the cameras. Sometimes people don't, and they just lurk in the chat. That's really cool too. It's a completely private event, so there's just us. You will only get the link if you're on the email list. And we'd love to have you join us just so that we can chat through. We'll talk about bookish things. We get to see your faces. We get to see your bookshelves. We've gone on so many rabbit trails on those.
Yeah, we have.
And it doesn't have to be we have some writers in the group who talk about writing. We have some just life updates and just see how everybody's doing kind of thing. We don't have any agenda for those. We just show up and we're like, hey, how's the challenge going? How are you guys?
Yeah.
So there's no telling what we'll end up talking about, but we will send a poll for that in probably this next email so that we can check the times and dates for that. So what'll happen is we'll send you a poll. You fill out the poll, then we figure out a time that works best for the most people that we can. And then we will send out the Zoom link based on that. So that will happen in April is our first one. Our second one will be in August, and then our last one will be in December. So yay!
Yes, that's exciting.
It's crazy that it's already almost April. So, but I think that's our only announcement besides if you know anybody who needs tutoring, Cassie's got spots open.
Please hit me up. I want to fill these spots.
Do you do any kind of initial meeting with them? Or?
I do, yes. I do initial consultation. That's totally free. So if they're on the fence and unsure, we can have a conversation to chat about it and see what exactly is the student's needs. Are we do we fit? Do we jive well together? That kind of thing. So there's no commitment for that first call.
And I know we haven't talked about this in a couple months, but Cassie also does goal setting coaching and stuff too on the side. So if you don't know anybody who needs tutoring, but you know somebody who with a specific subject or whatnot, but they need accountability or help setting goals or time management or anything like that, she also does that. So,
and to be clear, I'm mostly tutor writing. Math, I cap out at a certain point. I had somebody last night that was like, great, my son needs tutoring. 16 years old. I'm like, great, what does he need tutoring in? And he was like, math. And I was like, I'm out.
You do the elementary math, but
I'm out. I cannot help with that level of math.
But yeah, comprehension, reading skills, essay writing.
Yeah.
You have a website. We'll put it in the email.
Yes, I do.
And if you don't need it, if anybody you hear of in your circles needs it, Cassie is great to work with. So that's
thank you.
all we got. Yeah. We'll see you guys after Easter. So have a lovely Easter and Holy Week and all the things. Yes. And hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are enjoying the challenge. If you have questions, please email them to us. And we try to talk about those when we get those coming in so that if anybody else has those questions, because you're not the only one, then we'll try to address those so that everybody is on the same page. But keep reading, even if it's only one book a month. You're doing great.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
You're doing great. So keep going around the board, and we'll see you next month.
Okay. See y'all.